Ya, preparándose el túnel.
Welcome to Pamplona, Spain for the World Karate Federation's Karate World Cup, the national team's championships. Pamplona is the capital of Navarra province in northern Spain. It is internationally known for the Entrero bull runs that take part of the Fest of San Fermin every July. Our program comes to you live from the Navarra Arena and is being broadcast on TV networks around the world and live streamed on World Karate YouTube channel. Here's the lineup for the schedule of the Karate World Cup, the bronze medals, and then on to the finals. Male team Kumite, male Kata, individual not in this championships. After the medal awards, we'll be going on to the Kumite event, and eventually, of course, we'll decide who is going to be crowned the World Cup champions. Going to give you an opportunity in a moment to watch some of the action from the exciting semi-finals that took place just yesterday. Here we are, the tatami and the backdrop and the podium all await our World Cup winners. Before we get on to that, I'd like to introduce you to our guest commentator, former world individual and team champion, and also the national coach of Hong Kong, China, William Thomas.
Thank you very much,
Welcome,
It's a
William.
pleasure to be here today.
Isn't it? This is the first time it's going to be the format that we have now. No individuals, it's all about the teams. And what do you think we're going to be looking forward to? Male team, Kata to start with.
I think it's going to be definitely a place where the best in the world are going to come here in the best stage in the world to showcase their skills.
And when we get on to that, we're going to be on this tatami, and there are going to be two teams, just two teams, looking for the bronze medals on this particular session. Who's it going to be? Spain or Italy? What do you think?
Well, Spain, Italy, they have competed against each other many times, and they are so close. Both former bronze medalists in the last World Championships. So today, it's going to be winner takes all.
Looking forward to it, William. We're looking forward to joining us, and please stay with us. We're going to go back to the tatami for more of this fabulous action.
As you can see, this is the last day of the World Cup and time for the medal bout. So let's go for it. Our first match on the tatami is the Kata bronze medal match. The Kata bronze medal match.
Oh, William, those tense moments waiting to come onto the tatami. How are the teams feeling?
They're going to be really focused now. They're very task-driven, and they've got one thing on their mind, and that is to get out there and showcase exactly what they've come here to do.
Ready?
Technical jumps. Amazing.
Yeah,
drums,
brilliant.
skill. Helping to build that tension, that atmosphere.
It's like a heartbeat.
Kata! Team Italy, when ready. How? Team Spain,
Leading out his team for Italy, Matteo Bussato, who's fifth in the European Championships, an absolute stalwart of the Italian team. Gianluca Gallo, Alessandro Iodici. But did you see the pull? El Toro, Damian Quintero coming out.
The big names are here, and they're here
really
to do
are.
battle today.
They really are. Damian Quintero, this is the last time we get a chance to see Damian Quintero perform kata on Spanish soil. After this, he'll be finished. He's 40 years old now.
Wow, what a great career. And such a contribution to world karate.
Oh, indeed, Olympic silver medalist, multiple world silver medalist, and 7 times European champion,
Yeah.
Damian Quintero. But he's got some fabulous support in his team as well, with Sergio Galan Lopez and Raul Martin Romero. The formalities of the bows, William, a real tradition
And
in
now we're off.
karate. And now looking for psyching each other up, getting themselves in a position to go onto the tatami. Team Italy. They've also 3 times they've been champions. 2004, 2006 and 2010. Their kata choice is Soshin. Nothing more the coaches can do to help them. Now they're on the tatami, but your work is all done before, isn't it?
Absolutely, and now it's down to trust. You know, trust the athletes to go out and execute what they've been training to do. And you can see the intensity on his face from the first move.
Now, if you're not so familiar with karate and kata in particular, in team kata, crucial part of it is synchronization. That's making sure that you stay in tune with your team pals and making sure that your stances, the feet positions are the same, the hand positions the same, execution of technique. So far they're looking very good, aren't they?
Very synchronized, very strong.
Powerful execution of the Kata Soshin from Shotokan, one of the 4 major styles of karate. Bronze medalist in the European Championships this year.
They have a very impressive record of consistency, and this is why these two teams are here today, because of their consistency.
The second part of the kata is the bunkai. This is the explanation of those moves. The judges will be looking to see a true representation of the Kata Soshin. The judges are looking for the accuracy of the techniques. Are they meeting their target? Are they using good control? The bunkai is flowing nicely, isn't it?
It is flowing, and I think some people don't know that you can actually be penalized for excessive contact in bunkai.
Yes, indeed, you're right.
So the control is pinpoint control.
You can see the clock ticking down. It's 2 minutes 11 seconds still on the clock. That's from the 5 minutes that are allowed to perform both the kata and the bunkai. Unlike Kumite, teams are allowed, they're not confined to that red square. They can go off that area. In Kumite, it's a jogai and they would be penalized, but not in Team Kata.
And they each share that central role as well.
Exactly. They don't have to. It could be, we'll probably see in the gold medal bout with Ali Safoglu in Team Turkey, he does the majority of the action inside the tatami. But in the case of Italy, well, it's interesting because it shows the depth of strength and ability across the whole team.
Yeah. And that's the key word, team.
So that completes the kata. That's the bow, and that stops the clock. 51.7 seconds still remaining. So there's no problem there whatsoever. And they've done all they can do now, William.
Now they just have to be, happy with their performance, and I'm sure they are. And Spain now need to focus on themselves and not be distracted by the previous performance.
Indeed. But they do have the home support, and the audience in the Spanish are always passionate about their karate.
Very.
Particularly this champion, Olympic silver medal winner.
And it's got to be inspiring as an athlete to go out with this level of support.
The choice of kata for Team Spain is Paiku. See the arm positioning
Exactly the same.
and the angle, the length of the stances, all being
And they
considered.
keep their shape very well.
Yes, the embassy of the kata has to be precise, doesn't it? That's the pattern that the moves make on the tatami, on the mat.
And the kata choices allowed them to really demonstrate their speed. You know, definitely emphasizing speed and technique with this kata, whereas Italy's very strong and powerful with Sochin. So the contrast is going to be interesting to the referees.
Well, both these teams were bronze medalists in the World Championships in Budapest. Team Spain had been a world champion in 2012. They've also had 4 third places. They were second in the European Championships this year. Italy were third. Coming into the excitement of the bunkai, practical application of the kata. And the bunkai that explanation can be made by the team themselves. We're working with the coaches like yourself, William, and what you choose to do in your interpretation of the moves of the kata is entirely up to the individual, and they're kept closely guarded secrets, really, aren't they?
That's correct. You know, each team would like to keep their training and planning as secret as they can. But, the crowd appreciated that one. But once you perform it, the secret is out.
Yep, that's right. And it's replicated in dojos all around the world. Just remembering the teams had to come through the very difficult group stages of this World Championship, the World Cup. They had to earn their place in the quarterfinal, becoming one of the top 2 teams to go through. Spain were top of their group.
And none of this format, there was nowhere to hide with this format. Therefore, Spain had to beat the Asian champions with Kuwait.
Yep,
So
right.
there was no easy path.
And it's interesting because the Asian champions were fantastic, Kuwait, as you say. But Team Japan didn't because they wanted to keep their powder dry, so to speak. They wanted to keep their secret for the World Cup.
For the big one.
See 2 examples. Open hand shutoki, that's not allowed in kumite. Is perceived to be too dangerous, of course, if you attack somebody's throat. Again, with the open hand technique. But kata is able to express all of those movements.
Oh,
very cleverly put together,
Yes.
this bunkai.
And I think people should appreciate the physical level of these athletes to actually execute to that level or to the end and demonstrate that level of control at that speed after nearly 5 minutes.
Absolutely. And you can see the chest heaving with the need for oxygen. That's the bow as they leave the tatami, waiting for the scores to be revealed and the decision to be made. Who's going to win this World Cup bronze medal? Remember, there's only one bronze
this
medal.
time. They shared it last time.
They shared it last time. How are they going to divide? There are the scores: 8-5, 8-7, 8-5, 9, 8-5, 9, 8-5, 9 is looking incredibly
It's
positive
going to Spain.
for Team Spain. continental silver medalist, and now the World Cup bronze medalist, 45.2 against 42.7.
They rose to the expectation, and they were really, you could see that the motivation from the home crowd really lifted that team to perform to their best.
And what a way to go to leave the tatami for the last time in Spain. Damian Quintero embraces his teammates.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
Raul Martin Romero.
He's a great athlete. He's inspired generations.
And such a graceful athlete, and such a wonderful exemplar, a role model for young people. The length of career that is achievable now in sport through sports science, nutrition.
Yes.
And as a coach, I'm sure, William, that you play a really tight interest in the health and well-being of your athletes to keep them in peak performance.
Absolutely, you know, this is the number one, is the well-being and the health of the athlete, and that really will underpin the longevity of a career. And we're talking, you know, both mentally and physically. You know, we face those challenges to build our athletes into these machines that can actually go out and compete consistently at high level.
Machines are almost Robocop-like. Incredible athletes. Just a chance to have a look at some of those replays. There's another technique that would not be allowed in Kumite.
Grabbing by the neck and over the shoulder. Again, you know, that is such a dangerous move to do at speed. So I really have to applaud the chance that they took a risk on such a dangerous technique to pull it off with such control.
Exactly. And what a way to set the stall out for the home crowd with a win. There's the Karate World Cup that will be awaiting the outcome of this next bout, which is between the defending world champions.
Kata. Gold medal match is on the way.
Both of these teams no strangers to the finals.
No.
It's time for our gold medal match now this category. As usual, our referees getting ready onto our main category.
The World Cup.
Navarra Arena.
The first time that this cup has been competed for.
And now it's time to meet their competitors. Ladies and
Best
gentlemen,
teams
this is
in the world have
Cup
had
they
to
are fighting for.
qualify. Their grueling qualification process as well. Some teams may feel World Cup is beyond us now. We can't go to the World Championships anymore. What would you say to teams that feel that way at the moment?
Well, technically, I would say actually you can go to the World Championships, and I think you have to work just one stage prior to that, which is working towards the qualification period and the qualification event, where you have your opportunity to put your name amongst the best in the world.
Leading out come Team Japan, the current world champions, going for their 4th world title consecutive.
Unbelievable. I mean, we have two teams here. Turkey have been absolutely unstoppable in this competition, and Japan are immovable, or are they? So we're going to find the answer to that question.
Japan have been world champions 7 times in the last 12 editions. 7 times. And 3 times they've been silver medalists. Incredible. And they're going for their 4th consecutive world title. The first World Cup, I have to say.
The first World Cup, yep.
Koji Aramato, Kazumasa Moto and Ruiji Moto make up the team of Japan. Team Turkey, Ali Safaoglu, the world individual champion, current world champion. And they are the world silver medalists. We have a rerun of the World Championship final in Budapest.
Absolutely. And I'm sure Turkey are more determined than ever.
We have Enes Ozdemir, Emre Göktaş and Ali Safaoglu, who've chosen the Kata Ansu. And watch out for the high jumps and the fast transitions as they drop to the tatami, down to the mat. Just a few moments to put in the roundhouse kicks. Really impressive sequence.
Yes, that we're looking at thousands of hours just on that sequence.
Moving at the speed, there isn't time to consider what your partners are doing. You have to have that completely ingrained in your memory and perform that kata as an individual. But actually, it's happening on 3 occasions. 3 completely individuals working together, as though you're looking at one person.
Yeah, and very difficult to do in synergy with speed for an extended period of time.
Turkey haven't been world champions. They have been silver medalists and they've been bronze medalists, but this is the first world title they're looking for. And what a fitting start that would be to become the first World Cup winners in male team kata. On to the second element of the performance. This is the bunkai, practical representation of the kata, Ansu. And if viewers are not familiar with karate, to look to see if you can identify the moves that you saw in the kata performed. That calls for precise timing, doesn't it, William?
Absolutely, and he's got so much ability to actually pull off some of the moves that he's pulling off and the combinations that he's throwing. And it's not just about the contact, it's about the positioning and the balance after, which takes a high degree of skill.
People looking at this might say, well, this looks like a fight sequence that you might see in a movie.
Absolutely.
Tom Cruise might be doing this.
Well, this is the application in its purest form. And you know, from that, you can see so many parallels.
Oh, that was incredible, wasn't it?
You know, for anybody's standard, to do a triple kick on 2 people, land and do a takedown immediately after is high level ability.
Beautiful hikate, that recurve from the punch.
And I can feel the intention behind it as well. This is, you know, something I really, you know, value with the bunkai, is when you look at the execution and you think, well, this actually would do serious damage if it connected.
Another area that impresses, in my opinion, is the willingness to take risk. They're not sacrificing anything in the speed. That's a move out of
lovely.
Kata. And there's the jump that you found at the end of Ansu. Come to the end of the kata and bow,
Well timed.
stopping the clock at just 6.8 seconds. Coach Kamali Sandagan, I'm sure, will be pleased with the performance of his team.
I think so, and I think they'll be pleased with that. This is their best effort, and where better place to be at your best. I think they've even possibly exceeded their own expectations.
Can they turn silver
fantastic.
to gold?
I'm sure these three gentlemen are going to have something to say about that.
I'm sure they are indeed. Seven times the nation of Japan have become world champions. And now it's time for these three fantastic athletes, Koji Oramoto, Kazumasa Moto, and Ruiji Moto. You see the gold embroidery on their shoulders. That signifies that they are, in fact, the defending world champions, albeit this is now the World Cup. And this is perhaps, for people who aren't so familiar with the intricacies of kata, a chance to make a comparison. So try and carry your thoughts of how the performance of Team Turkey was with their Ansu against this of Team Japan. There is a slight difference in the timing.
Absolutely, I've just noticed that section where they do the 4 punches, the timing is totally different. For Turkey, it was a high flash point, but for Japan, it was a controlled effort of just delivery.
Here's the jump. Wow. Great height. Tucked their legs in well as they went round. And when you look at the bunkai and the kata performance, they are both valued 50% each.
And again, with that kata, there was very little that you can deduct points from that kata. Everything was absolutely on point.
And if you start off with the perfect 10, and any slight differences or weaknesses that you detect, you drop 0.1 or 0.2 and gradually end up with a score. But there's not a lot going wrong for either of these teams, are there? It's going to be a very, very tough job for the referees. Some of your teammates there, and
yeah, they're watching
Kong,
very
China.
keenly.
Nothing left out there, was there?
No.
That was a ferocious demonstration of bunkai. Armbar. The coach.
What a fantastic move, what a difficult move.
Yes.
to be accurate on that kick as well, while pressing the person above his head. Oh.
Quite brilliant, the performance from Team Japan. Perfect control. There was a build-up during the bunkai. It was, the momentum was growing and growing, wasn't it?
And I always get this feeling when I watch Japan do their bunkai, that it's the true essence of what the bunkai is reenacting a battle scene. I don't feel the choreography.
That samurai spirit.
Yes.
That Bushido.
Yes.
The way of the warrior.
Yes. It's a real battle. And for me, it just encapsulates the essence of Kata and Kata bunkai.
Well, now both of the teams have completed the kata and the bunkai. They can do no more. It's down to the judges to make their decision. There's the heartbeat of the Tenko drums that you talked about. The drums building a
I think,
tension.
I don't know what's louder, their heartbeats or the actual stamping of the drums.
Two different performances of the same kata
Yes,
Ansu.
it's down to preference, isn't it?
What are the judges going to be looking for? Let's have a look. Judges 8-5, 8-8, 8-9, 9, 9-2, 9-1, 9-4. Really tight. 9-1, 9-6. Big difference there. 9-2, 9-6. 9-3, 9-6, and it's going to be the World Cup winners.
Wow. And such high
Absolutely
scores.
amazing. Team Japan.
Congratulations, both of you. So here we have
Team
our
Japan.
first
There's no stopping Team
champions
Japan, is there?
of the world.
Well, you know, the whole world is following, and I think the responsibility that they have to be at the vanguard of global karate, and they live up to it every time.
See that passion being
Yes.
exuded from them now.
What a great performance.
The coach delighted with his team's performance. The World Cup winners. They came through the group stages, sublime performances, into the semi-finals, quarter-finals, semi-finals, and now they've captured the final.
And they just get better and better as they go through every round. But Turkey was absolutely fantastic. There is no doubt in that. They was such a strong performance.
Y en breves instantes vamos a proceder con el primer protocolo, la primera ceremonia de imposición de medallas y de entrega de ese trofeo único al ganador de esta competición de kata masculina.
Wow. Bronze medals, fantastic. Gold medals, the battle there for the World Cup was just out of this world, really, wasn't it? It was another spectacular performance from Team Japan. And as we were saying, they chose not to the Asian Karate Championships.
And we can see why. We can see why. And again, these guys You know, for Japan, they are at the vanguard of karate globally when it comes to kata. There's no doubt about that, and they lived up to expectation and they delivered.
And they delivered in spades, so to speak, because the performance from Team Turkey was very, very strong, very good, excellent speed. They took risk. They were looking to be all the way to a world title, but they were world silver medalists. Japan were world champions. It was another chance to see these two fantastic teams on the tatami and working so hard, but we have to give it to Team Japan. They just keep performing, keep producing.
Absolutely, and it's a well-deserved fifth times.
This is their fourth consecutive.
Oh, okay.
Win. But 7 times they've been
Seven
world
times in total.
Since 2000.
Yeah, so today they were the best today, and I think that their secret is that they have to forget the past and be the best on the day, on that day, and they did that.
Exactly. These were the same team that won the world title, but the teams that have gone before have added to that legacy. They've built a foundation that is so rock solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to be holding our first medal ceremony very shortly, so please stay with us. Just a chance, perhaps, William, to talk about your impact on your team here in the World Cup Championships in the group stages.
Well, you know, the results are clear for us, and it wasn't one of our best results. You know, we actually had an expectation to at least place higher in the pools, and we know that we have the potential to do that. So we go back and we review the performances, we look at the process, and we learn and we build from these championships, and we come back stronger.
And how do you feel about the new format, the round-robin system, the World Cup as a concept?
I think it's a great concept. I mean, initially, when it was announced, there was a huge divide in, yay or nay. We like the community of the old World Championships, but as this gained momentum, this format gained momentum, and I become a stronger advocate of this format, and looking at coming to this event and looking at the event, it's great to be at the best of the best. They can showcase the best of the best, and now I think we have a product that we can promote stronger to the general public.
No, obviously it's a very expensive area of consideration to 10 teams around the world. But with the group concept now, they get more than one bout. They get 2 or 3 bouts. They get chances at the quarterfinal stage, at the semi-final stages. Much more competition available, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, you come here and you get the group stages, you get a minimum of 4 bouts. So 4 matches at this level is gold, when maybe many countries, well, 50% of the countries that go to a World Championships in the old format only have 1.
And let's be honest,
the first
in some
round.
cases, in Kumite, they might lose the first 3 matches and the other 2 don't even get to go on the tatami.
Absolutely. So I think I'm a fan of this format. Sure, I'm sure the organisers will go back and ask that question, how can we be better? But that's just the path of development. But in short, I think it's a great event, great potential, and the athletes who we know are core and central to this love it. Every athlete that I have spoken to love the excitement, love the challenge that this event brings.
It really does. If they get to step on this tatami, in the absence of the Olympics, this is as good as it gets.
Absolutely. And this is the place where records are broken, where personal expectations are exceeded. So people have to really fight hard to qualify. to come to these events.
And the athletes are making their way to the podium to await their medals. And then we get to see the World Cup hoisted into the air for the very first time by Team Japan.
Accompanied by Mr. Antonio Espinos, President of the World Karate Federation. Bronze medal, Team Spain, España.
Team Spain taking the bronze medal. Damian Quintero, the team captain for Spain.
And well deserved.
Sergio Gala Lopez and Raul Martin Romero. Can't but feel for a little bit for Team Italy, of course, because under normal circumstances they would be up there taking a bronze medal as well.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's always difficult to lose a match like that. You know, you come so far, so close, but it wasn't to be. But I'm sure they'll be happy with their performance. They know the game. They know it was winner takes all on that medal. And you know, I'm sure they will go away with their heads held high because they were fantastic.
Team Spain, bronze medal winners.
Spain, congratulations once again, very well done.
In the first of the new format Karate World Cup for national teams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the silver medal, Team Turkey.
Team Turkey mounting the podium. Their score of 45.3 in the final. Their performance of Ansu. Excellent delivering in that bunkai element of the kata. Ali Safaoglu, the individual world champion. In the center of the podium, team captain. Karate World Cup silver medal, Team Turkey.
Silver medal is here at this Karate World Cup. And now, ladies and gentlemen, gold medal here at this Karate World Cup, Team Japan.
Karate World Cup world champions, Team Japan. Receiving their medals from Toshihisa Nagura, World Karate Federation Executive and General Secretary.
Kings again.
Yes. That's their 8th world title and the first of the World Cup winners.
Now the presentation of the
captain,
the World Cup.
taking the World Cup from the President of the World Karate Federation, Mr. Antonio Espinos.
Full credit to Turkey because Turkey really pushed Japan to deliver such a performance where anything less wouldn't have been good enough for them. So I give credit to Turkey for the pushing this great performance from Japan.
Big applause, big applause for all the competitors now. Let's have a couple of pictures all together at our main podium.
Okay, so we're going to say goodbye to our medal winners, and we have to say goodbye to William Thomas. Thank you so much for all your help. We will be changing guest commentators in just a moment.
The world, Team Japan.
Your medal winners.
Thank you very much.
for the male
Congratulations.
team.
Very
Kata.
well deserved trophy. Very well deserved medals, all of you. There will be more Kumite action in just a minute here on our main tatami at Navarro Arena, this first ever Karate World Cup.
For those who are just joining us, welcome to Pamplona, Spain for the World Karate Federation Karate World Cup, the national team's championships.
Onto our tatami. Female Kumite bronze medal match. Female Kumite bronze medal match.
Okay, so a chance to introduce our next guest commentator whilst the teams are getting ready. Alisa Owl, president of the United States Karate Federation, former world champion.
That's right.
Now, Lisa, welcome. And this is your area of expertise, of course it is. Can you first of all tell us what your thoughts are about the concept of the team events and the round robin?
Right. Well, Billy, thanks for having me here. This is such an exciting atmosphere right now. I'm so glad that the World Karate Federation has put together the first World Cup for teams. I mean, just to see the countries, you know, bringing the best athletes to this world stage in this round robin format where, you know, anything can happen. It's just, there's been like non-stop surprises. So I'm so excited for these medal matches today.
And of course, you got a good opportunity as well to be commentating on your team. How
I couldn't
good is
ask for
that?
anything more. I'm so excited. I'm going to try to stay calm today.
No, don't do that. Feel it, absolutely. But this is going to be a really exciting bronze medal bout as well. They've worked so hard coming through the group stages, haven't they?
Absolutely. These are two powerhouses from Europe. You know, you have your current world champions from Spain against a powerhouse from Italy, European medalists. I mean, this is going to be a showdown for the bronze.
It certainly is. And a powerhouse. I mean, it's been so tough, the competition getting into this final, into this bronze medal position, because some of the best teams in the world have been, over the last three days, in the group stages, only the top two go through.
Right.
So, okay, you can lose to a world champion on the way through, yes, but you got another opportunity to get through to the quarterfinals, then the semi-finals. It's grueling, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, even Spain, you know, they had a tough pool play with France in their pool, and they were able to just edge out and get into this knockout round. And here they are fighting for the bronze medal. So, you know, this is it's grueling, like you say. I mean, this is maybe the 7th round that they fought over the course of, you know, 2 days. So, kudos to these ladies, and this is it.
And there's our first point. Right on cue, and it's going to go to Spain's Nieto. That's a 1-point score.
Right, and she's been really instrumental to the team, just, you know, being solid and consistent for them, coming up with big wins all the way through.
Wow, Cleo Ferracuti of Italy in the blue colors. She's no newcomer to the tatami. Absolutely fantastic fighter in her own right.
Right.
She's coming out number 1 for Italy.
Yeah, Cleo is like, you know, she's one of the veterans on their team. She brings a wealth of experience, so I think they rely on her for that, for getting them off on the right foot.
So this is the first of 3 rounds of bouts. And there's another punch over the top there from Nieto.
Nice clean punches. That's what the judges want to see. It's easy to call. You can see 4 flags are coming out. All 4 judges agree that that is a point.
And with the new setup in the rules, if somebody scores, as we see here, with 2 points, that's
right.
2 single points, isn't it? If there's a kick to the body, a 2-point score,
Yes.
then the higher scores go through to take the win if it's 2-2 at the end.
You know, it's giving a lot of advantage to those really difficult techniques, the throws, the kicks. That's what makes this sport so exciting. I mean, there's no other martial art, no other combat sport where you're punching and kicking and taking down and getting scored and getting points for all of those different techniques.
We're just seeing in the video replay here, Italy looking to get a score. There's 2 punches gone in there from Ferracuti at the same time that Nieto delivered her punch, and Nieto secured her Yuko, but there was that front hand Gazamazuki. What was your thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the video review judges is seeing if that was first, because if Nieto's technique was first, then the blue should not score. But if video review believes that one's first, then she'll get the point as well.
So let's have a look to see exactly what happens here.
He said yes.
It's all right. It did that first hand. The second one went over the top. The second one from Ferracuti. But there was a point for both sides now. And you see the triangle that appeared in the number 2 on the graphic. That is to signify a senchu, unopposed to score. was given on that first Yuko.
Right, talking about advantages, you want to get that senchu, because if you get the advantage, then when it comes down to the line, it's, you know, it's a matter of winning or not. So senchu is really important. That and scoring the big points. Those are the two things that these athletes are going for.
Now there's a video request put in again. This time it's from the coach of Cleo Ferracuti.
Let's see what they're looking at here.
Is the coach Venezia correct? Let's have a look at the technique. Front hand, kind of slid down the body a bit, you feel?
Perhaps from the coach's point of view of scoring, but as we see on this video review, I don't think it's going to have the criteria for a point.
The first punch, the one to the face was a bit short, wasn't it, of the target?
Right.
And the second one kind of slid down the body.
Yeah. Not sure it's going to get it. And I think they're saying no.
Yeah, and that's possibly for that reason. The first one was incorrect distance, and the second one, poor technique.
Right.
That it didn't. There's a counter punch once more from Nieto. Didn't meet the target. 1 minute 48 seconds left, still on the clock.
They're giving it all they've got here.
That's a warning for excessive contact.
Each team really wants to get this first win. This is going to set the pace for the other two to come. Might have been a little off. Could have been a three-pointer.
Dai suoi movimenti, stai bella piazzata e vai profonda. Quando ella si acerca tu non falla partire.
Nieto still leading 2-1. Ferracucci's trying to figure out a way to come back. Let's see what she can do in this last minute and 20.
2 points to 1. This is the first of the 3 bouts. No! What a fabulous roundhouse kick. Came from nowhere, didn't it, Elisa?
All 4 flags. They all saw it. That was a perfect roundhouse kick to the face, the Mawashigeri.
What a way to set the stall out for Team Spain in this opening bout. 5 points to 1.
That's right, and the crowd is alive right now. They're rooting for this home team.
Amassing points is important in the team event, isn't it, Lisa?
Absolutely, because if there's a tie in one of these bouts, you know, there's an odd number of players, but if there's a tie, then it comes down to points. So more points, the better. Ferracuti has to do something right now if she wants to tie or win this.
But there's still plenty of time, isn't there? I mean, in karate terms, 50 seconds is a lifetime, isn't it?
Yep, but she's got to strategize and figure out how she's going to get these quick points.
And when you were on the tatami winning those world titles, Lisa, would you be phased when you're dropping back those many points and deciding, or do you keep your calm? How do you manage that time?
My goodness, I mean, it just goes by in a blink of an eye. I think once you're in that flow state, you don't, you know, you just feel it. There's not a lot of thinking. you let your body, all the training you've done over the past months and years, just do all the work for you.
I like what you're saying there. There's not time to consider things.
Yes.
It's instinctive, and that instinct comes from hours and hours of dedication and training.
Absolutely.
There's a punch again. It comes in from Nieto.
4 flags again.
It's going to be another point. 6 points to 2 now. She leads. With just 32 seconds to go.
Nieto's doing a good job of holding her lead, taking the first win for Spain.
And Nieto's also managing the tatami well,
Absolutely.
isn't she? You see that attack came in from Ferracuti. She steps off to one side.
Yes.
Kick comes in and she does the same thing again.
Great defensive tactics.
So looking up to the heavens for divine inspiration. Ferracucci trying to now, she wants to go for a big kick, a big score, but once more she goes into that trap of Nieto.
And sometimes when you're going for those big points, you leave yourself open, and Nieto took advantage of that, and there she goes, scoring one more point. I'm not sure Italy has an answer for this one, but they have 2 more bouts to go.
And there's another point added to the tally. Eight points to 2 in the opening bout. Ferracucci goes to that side kick, wasn't quite close enough. Just 2 seconds on the clock to go. It's all over really for that first bout. What a fabulous win.
First one for the home team.
The first win of Spain, 8-2 was the score. So Team Spain takes the first win of the match.
So hugs from the teammates, ready for the next 2. Andrea Zunga Garcia for Spain and Viola Lallo of Italy. You see the individual weight categories, minus 61, minus 55. In a team event, it's open weight, isn't it,
Right.
Lisa?
And then that's why you have to be ready. You know, if you're going to fight someone bigger than you, smaller than you, you might have to change your strategy, and that's what makes teams so exciting. But this is a pretty much even matchup with a middleweight and a light middle. And again, you have this experience from Lallo, who's been around for a long time. So maybe she can bring it back and tie it up for Italy.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the opening score. You can see she's looking at her coach saying that was solid. And there's a solid gold embroidered on the shoulder to show that the current world champions are Team Spain. You can see why.
Yes, they come with that attitude. When they wear that golden gi, they're the reigning champions.
Italy bronze medalists in Budapest at the World Championships in Hungary. So we are really seeing the best of the best. But this, we have to remind ourselves, is a bronze medal bout. World champions were defeated.
Yes.
Who defeated them, by the way?
Well, let's see. U.S. beat Italy in the semifinal.
Yeah.
But we are the Pan American champions, so there, we're winning. We're doing well on our continent. But the World Championships, the World Cup is a different story. Anything can happen. It's anyone's game. Of course.
And that's the excitement of sport, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, stats will tell you certain things, but there's nothing that can put you in the position where sometimes the unexpected happens.
Absolutely. On any given day, anyone here, any athlete can be the world champion, can be at the top of the world, and that's what I love so much about karate is that it's anyone's game.
So we have both scores on the board, 1 each, but the Senchu lies with Zuniga Garcia of Spain.
Yes, and she's trying to stay in the middle of the tatami, hold her lead for herself and for Spain. While Lallo wants to tie it up with a win.
Lallo's, she's got to get this, hasn't she? There's a lot of pressure on her now, isn't there?
Yes, in female team, there's only 3 players. So, there's no room for mistakes. You lose one bout, you've got to win the next one.
Could be a draw.
Could
it's
be.
possible.
That's right.
Could be a draw, and it would go down to the last bout, wouldn't
Absolutely, yeah. That's the only case, but no losing.
No. But she has got herself another point, so she's in the driving seat, so to speak.
So, a little less than half the match to go, though.
Zuniga Garcia tries that shoot-down kick to the body. Lallo goes for the punch.
I think blue might be...
Video request.
Yeah, with that follow-up punch.
To check that point, yeah. It seemed to come up a little bit late, but whether the coach had decided, I'm going to go for this one. Here's a chance to have a look at it now. We're looking for a possible point from blue. There was a kick to the body from red. Blue's punch seemed to slip past the face, Elisa.
Right, but I think there's one afterwards.
There.
And she's...
Yeah, she threw 2 punches.
She did. And I hope they'll consider that second one.
That kick didn't score. That punch didn't. Did that one? Did that one. That's the thing.
They said no.
No score, no card. That's the other thing.
Exactly.
Lost card now.
Right. The judges have to be, or sorry, the coaches have to be strategic about when they use that card, because once they lose it, that's it.
Oh, fabulous double attack there from the
Fantastic.
Spanish fighter Zuniga Garcia. Threw in that front hand Kizamazuki, the front hand punch, followed up by the reverse punch, the traditional karate gyakuzuki.
That is the combination that we all love, right? The 1-2, Kizami Gyaku. And we love it because it works.
Yes, and it's so quick, isn't it?
Yes, very clean.
And your favorite technique when you were fighting?
Mine was Gyakuzuki, the reverse punch to the body. That was my specialty, and found quite a bit of luck, you know, catching my opponents with that.
In a defensive mode or an attacking mode, or both?
Both. Sometimes it would seem like, you know, it's defensive, but actually I was trying to draw out a mistake from my opponent. So that was my strategy, and it worked well for me. Now it's a different game, though. You know, there's just so much more complexity to it, kicking and takedowns. That did exist in the past decade, 2 decades ago, but now I feel like it's become very well-rounded combat.
It is indeed, and we have another video review request. This time it's going to come from the coach of Zuniga Garcia, Ivan Leal. Feels that there was a score. This is an important one because his player does have the senchu. Lalo now has 3 points, so we're looking for a possible score from red.
Right. Even with the advantage, she's still losing in points. So it's important that she ties it up right now.
Just watching for the punch from red.
I think that's missing.
Slip past, didn't it? Slip past.
Right. Let's see what the judges have to say, but I think it passed.
And it's not been accepted for that reason. No, you're quite right, Elisa. Slip past the target. Now, neither of the coaches have a card. They can't call it again. Still 30 seconds to go. Zuniga Garcia, she has to get another point if she wants to secure this win. Great counter punch there again from Lalo.
That's where her experience comes in. She's staying composed, and she is tying it up for Team Italy here.
Pressure's on. What about a kick to the body? What about, there's a kick to the body. She must have heard.
I think that's what her coach is telling her right now. That's what she's got to do.
She needs 13 seconds. There's a
there you go.
Yushiro Giri.
Beautiful back
kick to the body.
Beautiful.
Perfect timing.
These athletes are just taking it to the next level. This is beautiful.
The coach's face. Oh, thank goodness. Brilliant. Now she's got 11 seconds to hold on to this or to take another point.
11 seconds is eternity. She's got to keep it together.
Garcia steps off the tatami. We're within the last 15 seconds now. If the coach, if the referee's called Yame before she stepped off, it was okay, but she didn't. Hansan Kuchui, away goes that green advantage.
However,
gone.
she has the Wazari, so she got that two-pointer.
Correct. That's the only difference then, the superiority in the kick.
She's going to stay inside? Is she going to stay in?
Stay inside. She's being forced off the tatami if she can.
And they do it.
Fabulous.
Fantastic for Team Spain. They do it. They take the bronze. Great fight from both athletes.
That was the strategy was spot on, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Just when you thought that Spain was going to lose that bout, she comes back with this beautiful textbook spinning back kick.
She tried the Mawachi, the roundhouse kick first, didn't quite come off, but within milliseconds, bang.
Surprise attack. It was unexpected. It was beautiful. Congratulations to Spain.
The Of course, with a world champion, with a world champion coach in Ivan Leal, who's doing a fantastic job, I have to say,
Yes.
for Spain, isn't he?
Ivan's a good friend of mine, and I'm very happy of the work that he's doing with Spain. I mean, really supporting both the men and women's team. Congratulations to Ivan and all of Team Spain.
Absolutely brilliant, breathtaking.
And unfortunately, one of their teammates, Carlota, was injured in the preliminaries, but they're celebrating with her right now. She's part of it.
Oh, they all have to fall part of it because the training partners are so important, aren't they?
It doesn't matter who's on the tatami and who's not. They are a team, and that's what I love so much about this team format, is because it's about representing your country. It's not about the individual. It's so exciting.
And that's the wonderful thing about team, isn't it? You have the weight of the nation on your shoulders. So, but it brings out something different in athletes, doesn't it?
Yes, they rise to the occasion. I mean, they perform at a level you could never see in the dojo at a regular training at a local tournament. They really bring it for this international championship, where they are wearing the flag on their gi and really representing their country.
And when you see the passion that is given to these athletes and the support they give to, because not everybody's going to win every bout.
Right.
And how do they pick their teammates up or set the stall out for the next round?
That's exactly it. It's not about the superstar. You know, they all have to support each other. When one person falls, the other person rises, and that's what makes up a great team. It's not a team that has one superstar on it. It's about having a team that can really come together, be cohesive, and really rise when they need to perform.
Well, I would also add to that the coach and the presidents of federations all form part of that important team, because the athlete's well-being is so important.
Yes.
How do you manage that off the tatami?
100%. I mean, as a former athlete myself, I knew what I needed as an athlete, and I wanted to bring that. So as president of Karate Federation in the U.S. now, that's the energy that I want to bring, the support I want to bring. I mean, we just have to focus our efforts and make sure that we are setting these athletes up for to be the very possible best that they can be. We have to give them the opportunity to be their best, to fulfill everything that they can, their potential, and that's really important for the federation's presidents and their support staff, their coaches. I mean, it has to all be a team effort.
And as president, you can't just focus on the elite. You also have grassroots to consider. Yes. This is such a big job, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you're thinking about the next generation. You're thinking about building legacy. You're thinking about, building a system that a country can bring out the best athletes. So, especially in a country like the U.S., we're huge. So it's a big task, but we're up to it.
We're up to this stage now. We got a World Cup to consider.
Oh my goodness.
How are you going to keep yourself in your seat? Lisa, United States are going to be competing here for a World Cup title.
I am over the moon. I'm so proud of these girls. This is full circle for me. I won my first World Championship in Spain, and to be the Federation president now, to see these girls take the main stage in the finals, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of this team.
Well, it's wonderful that you can say, I won my first world title, because you're a multiple world champion. It's just astonishing.
Thank you.
Team and individual, how do you feel, though? We've spoken about the importance of team and support. As an individual, you've got to be so driven and focused. But what about working for both?
Yeah, but in individual, what the audience, what people don't see is that it is a team effort. I never got to the world stage alone. I did it with a team. It was my dojo, it was my teammates, it was my sensei. Everyone helped me get there. I mean, they don't realize the base that every one of these elite athletes have. So whether they're fighting in team or fighting in individual, it's the same thing. It is a team sport, just like any other sport out there.
Yes. And your journey starts the first day you walk through the dojo door, doesn't it?
Yes.
And then if you are lucky, you can stay with karate in the sport for life.
Karate for life. That's what I say. I mean, I love seeing the kids grow and just fall in love with the sport. I love seeing the elite athletes, just at their peak performance. And then I like seeing people stick around and help the next generation. That's what karate is all about. It is karate for life, and we do. It's a full circle for everyone.
Indeed, it is. So we're getting ready for our first bout. The female team bronze medal. The Karate World Cup here in Pamplona, Navarra, Spain. Team Japan. You see two at the heavier weight and one just at minus 61. Minus 61 also here, and two where we have plus 68 and minus 68 in the Team USA.
Yes, and we even have sisters on our team, so this is very exciting for their family to see both daughters competing.
Yes, and I'm sure the pronunciation, Angel.
Well, maybe that's the correct way, but in America we say lingo.
Lingo, okay, lingo, yes, yeah, lingo. And Trinity Allen, of course, another one of your fabulous fighters.
Right, world silver medalist in Dubai, really came out as a senior strong, and unfortunately did suffer an injury at that championship in Dubai, but she's back and she's the team captain, and she brings, you know, that extra something that the team needed to believe in themselves, to know that they could be a medalist, they could be a contender.
Yeah, absolutely. The first two fighters are on the tatami, are waiting for the introduction onto the mat, ready to go from Piero Luto, the referee for the bout. We have Nage of Japan wearing the red colors, Lingle of USA.
And Japan is a really young team, you know, in their early 20s, but they've done well. They took a bronze at the last Asian Championship, so they are certainly, you know, a powerhouse and to be respected. We'll see what happens. The U.S., on the other hand, are the current Pan American champions.
Stay active, stay active.
Quiet start. This opening few seconds is just an opportunity to test each other, isn't it?
That's right.
Ready to get into the action.
Japan trying to start with that attack. It's a little far. U.S. goes out of bounds.
More of it, more of it.
Feeling out the distance.
This opening point is so important, isn't it, Elisa? Because it's so much at stake. That sensu is such a strong advantage, isn't it?
That's right. Anything could happen, you know, but psychologically, just knowing that first point is really important. Yes, and point for U.S. That's a
and
I think it's a point for U.S. and the referee needs to stop the match.
Yeah, the problem is I think there's a technical issue with the scoreboard around, so he wouldn't have seen that.
Right, but we see that all four judges did award.
Yes, indeed, and as you can see on the screen, that there's a point being awarded, or to be awarded, for blue.
And that's that classic reverse punch to the body that Saris Lingo just scored on Japan.
And here we are now with the scoreboard showing in. This is the replay.
Beautiful.
And that's the sensu advantage to go with it, that green triangle.
Japan now wants to come back and tie it up.
Yeah, the dynamic will change slightly now, because Kana Nage will have to start to force the issue.
Good movement, good movement. Good reset.
Saris Lingle moving around, slips that punch past the body. There's a punch over the top there from Japan.
Japan attacking, but judges are not agreeing that it's scoring. And Lingle's doing a good job of moving around and evading that attack.
This is a tough call for the athletes to sit quietly waiting for that time to go on. They want to be jumping around and buzzing, don't they?
They do. They do. They hate sitting down.
You see it, Saris.
Japan's coming.
Saris Lingle tries that side kick to defend the attack from Nage.
No score, but it does something, you know, to get a side kick.
Yeah, it shakes your opponent up a little bit, and it just warns them to say, hey, I can...
Right, makes them think twice about coming in the next time.
Absolutely. just past the halfway stage, and it's still that 1 point and Yuko Lee from Lingle of the United States in the blue colors.
Japan is getting aggressive. She really wants to tie it up.
No. Nice, nice.
This opening bout is really important, of course, for the team. And there's a front hand
There's
punch
another
over the
reverse
top.
punch. Yes.
Right hand, and Lingle once more adds to it. Is
That's
there
right.
a video review request? Because there was a strong attack, also from blue or from red.
Right. Japan's coach thinks that that jab to the face was also scoring, or
That's
maybe
right.
even scoring first. So we'll see what video review has to say.
I definitely did see the punch from red, just as the punch came in from blue.
Right.
So watch as the fighters, the right-hand screen, maybe the biggest one. There's the front-hand punch
Yeah.
from red.
It really depends. I mean, I think the punches were at the same time, but it's what the...
If it's at the same time, they can score.
Okay.
If you see the red punch going over the top,
Oh,
and there's the
she does,
point.
yes.
So that was a good call from the coach.
Yes. Smart on his point, on his part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Good.
So Nage went over the top. Lingle went low with the punch and goes again with that reverse punch.
Look at that
Clever
sidestep,
sidestep.
though.
That Taisabaki movement out of the way.
Because she knows that Japan's going to come in straight. So all she has to do is keep moving laterally and sideways, and it's going to keep throwing her off. Now, she might catch her once or twice, but see how
Wow,
Japan is
really?
chasing?
Yes,
Yes, this is a
But the
perfect
way
strategy
Lingle is
for
moving
Lingle.
around out of the way.
Lingle needs to keep
And they've both
moving,
gone in
though.
punches, and Nage has gone low
One and
once
one.
more, and blue's gone high.
That's right.
It's punch for punch here. Both getting scores.
22 seconds left.
Gotta be ready.
Lingle still with the advantage. 3 points to 2. She also has the century advantage.
That's right.
It's gonna be a quick one.
Into the last 22 seconds. Again, Nage goes high for the punch.
Hey, it's serious. It's
Just
coming
lost
quick,
a little bit of
You gotta be
footwear.
ready for that, okay?
I doubt Lingle just thinking, now, if I do this, what's going to happen here? How am
If
I
she
going to make
can-
sure I can keep my composure?
Yeah, if she
in
can
these
keep
closing
that lateral
stages?
movement, she can manage the last few seconds. She's got to move, though. She's got to move.
You see the split screen there, and on the left it was the real-time back as it was continuing.
Okay.
Now,
I'm not a fan of this call. I think she's managing it well. I don't think she was avoiding contact or running.
The question is Nage close enough to be able to score? And she probably was.
But it's a good strategy
Yeah,
for her to move.
well, yes, you see, it's not. If you're evading, running away, deliberately trying to escape, so she's lost the
She
century,
catches it. Okay.
and she's been caught out with the punch.
Now U.S. is going to challenge that and see if they can get another point as well. So we'll see what video review has to say.
And it's a really difficult measure, isn't it, between the movement she was moving earlier on in the bout. There was no problem with that whatsoever because it was effective. It was slipping the punches.
Right.
In that last situation, the question is, in the opinion of the referee, she was avoiding and trying to keep away to give her opponent the ability
Yes.
to. It's a fine line, isn't
Right,
it?
and that's where it's the referee's call. So we have to, plan for that.
There's the video review, the punch that went in for red. Now, did blue score
No.
with that? Lingle didn't.
Saying no.
We have 9 seconds to go now. It could end in a draw. Both punches going in at the same time.
Oh, and Aka's getting that point. That's going to put her on top. So U.S. has got to come back right now in these last 5 seconds. She's got to try to tie it up.
4 points to 3 now, and again, Lingle goes in close. This time Naga does the movements out of the way. She steps off the tatami
It's not going to do it.
as the clock ticks down to 0-0. Well, that was a really exciting bout and a crucial turning point when
Right.
she lost the senchu.
Yes. Yes.
And
That last
no
15
doubt.
seconds is so important to manage that time, to keep your senchu. That's going to be a difference between winning and losing the bout.
And I doubt that's going to be studied and looked at,
Right.
considered.
A lot of learning.
A lot of learning from that.
Now we have Sarada Shimada against Sarah's sister, Skylar Lingle.
Oh, Shimada for Japan. And again, Lingle for the United States. Can she turn things around for her sister and her team?
Right. Skylar is 24 years old, you know, medalist in the junior world championships, doing well in the seniors as well, but really an instrumental part of this U.S. women's team.
See that Mawashi and the Mawashi, that was so close, wasn't it?
Beautiful kick, I think. Maybe a little short.
Yes, just a little bit. The coach wasn't going to call for the video review.
More active, more active. Yes, yes, yes.
Both have exchanged techniques and obviously have a great deal of respect for each other. Shimada goes low for the punch.
Yep, that was a point.
She kind of worked her opponent into the corner, and Lingle had to fight her way out of it.
That's right.
And then Shimada knew she was going to do that. She would hit it with the counter punch.
And she was smart to go under because Skylar Lingle is really tall and, you know, can find that body punch. Skylar can bring it back. She's got to figure out how to tie it up.
Well, we know she can kick. She's demonstrated that in the opening couple of seconds. And she's going for that high roundhouse kick again. There's a true Yoko Geri side kick. There's a 2-point Kate from it.
Still a lot of time left. Nice Yoko Geri.
We're not halfway through the bout yet. There's only 3 points on the board. There is the Sensu advantage, of course.
Here we go, here we go.
But a Nippon, a 3-point score, one of those fabulous kicks that Skylar Ling is capable of, and it will start to bring it back into contention.
Right. I think she's got to figure out her distance at this point. There's 2 times now that Japan scored where Skylar's attacking from too far away and just opening up and making that opportunity or presenting that opportunity for Japan to score. So she's got to figure out this distance in order.
Yeah, Shimada's being quite clever, isn't she, in managing that distance well.
Yes.
When Skylar makes that attack, Shimada closes her down, and that stifles her attack.
Right.
Let's go, let's go.
Well, that was a fast move out of the way. Good Shimada moving off to the right-hand side. 57 seconds still remain on the clock. Lingle tries that side kick.
Take a deep breath. Reset.
Still enough time to put something together.
Scoreboard, guys.
I think the kick might have been a tiny bit low.
Not sure that she actually, when she tried to smother the kick and may have pushed it in that in that direction anyway. Skylar Lingle being penalised for holding on. That's the first yellow card. Has to be said, there's only been, in these bouts, there's only been a couple of warnings. Shimada being forced into that corner, had nowhere to go. She had to go off the tatami, didn't she?
And that's okay. You know, she's not losing any points for going out of bounds, especially with outside the 15 seconds of the match, the last 15 seconds. It's okay to take a penalty.
45, 45. Working early.
As you see under the bottom of the graphic, round 2 of 3, the first win is in favour of Japan. This is a very important match for Ling and the United States to have to win this match to bring it back into contention.
A little far.
Still 23 seconds on the clock. Shimada goes over the top with a punch.
Yeah. And Lingle's getting aggressive, but none of it is scoring enough where the judges want to call that point for her. She's got to put something together that can get the favor of the judges.
And it seems to be managing that distance, getting that distance right. And if she can pull that off, it will lift her spirits beyond measure.
Absolutely.
She's gone in low for that roundhouse kick, but then lost her balance.
And that's the thing with karate athletes is once they find that distance, you know, they're really in the zone, and it's like anything that they throw, it will score.
There's the kick that's being contested.
I think
But she-
that-
but she-
oh.
and it was I think it's because she lost her balance
I think
afterwards.
so.
Coach
Coach Chinen not happy about that.
obviously not happy.
Oh, and that might have been a kick that did not score. Oh.
Still 6 seconds on the clock. The match is still going. There's another kick to the body.
Oh.
So this time Lingle trying desperately to put in these kicks. She's only got 1 second left.
Right.
It is possible she could come straight off the line. Still got to overcome that sensu advantage held by Shimada, though.
I think she's losing it right now. So if Lingo could score a kick to the face, she wins it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is all she has to do, or take
One
down.
Ippon score needed. 3 points from the United States. Can Shimada hold on to it? She does.
And Japan wins.
And that is the win and the bronze medal to Team Japan.
Gold medal.
Gold medal. Gold medal. You love it, big bronze medal. But gold medal. Silver medal, though, to the United States. How wonderful is that?
You know, it's just been such a ride for us. I mean, I wish we could have won the gold medal, but I'm so proud of these girls, and kudos to Japan. They fought phenomenally the entire tournament, so congratulations to them.
Team Japan, World Cup Team Kumite winners.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
What an exciting first World
Oh,
Cup.
it's amazing, isn't it? You see, sometimes you find in this war emotion being expressed by Japanese players. In times gone by, it would be so stoic.
Right.
No emotion, no expression. Times have changed.
Yeah, it's a new generation, you know? We're becoming a globalized community, and, you know,
Absolutely.
why not? They can cry.
Absolutely.
Let them
Express
celebrate.
yourself.
Yes.
Express yourself.
I'm very happy for them
it's
as well.
natural.
Absolutely.
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't a gold medal and a World Cup for
Yeah.
your team on this occasion, but a wonderful and a well-deserved
What a
silver
ride.
medal.
Right. You know, we're going to come back stronger. Now they believe that they are contenders, and that's what's most important. You know, for so long, you know, U.S., we took bronze medals. I was on the first team that won bronze medal at the World Championship in 2014. That was 10 years ago. And here we are now in the finals. So they have to believe that now anything is possible. And I know that, you know, our federation is going to support them and support the next generation. So I couldn't be more proud of them right now.
No, and well-deserved as well.
But Japan, it's their time to celebrate.
It is. It is. And what a way they'll celebrate, I'm sure. But there was losing the senchu
Right?
was a
That
key
was a
point
turning
in that
point.
first match, wasn't it?
That's right. You know, it's tough. There's a lot of pressure in those last 15 seconds. We all can, from the outside, say, you know, you should have kept the senchu, but it's so
Well, it's easier
tough.
said than done, isn't it?
It's so much easier said than done. I mean, in the moment, all the pressure of the world, you know, that her opponent across from her wanted it, just wanted it, and she made it happen.
Yes, indeed. And going behind on that first bout, of course, put so much more pressure on Skylar
Right.
to have to try and
Yes.
recover.
Yep. Had U.S. taken the first bout, it would have changed the momentum of the second and possibly even the third. But you know, this is the name of the game.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But with the round robin system, all the players in the round robin, whether you've lost the first two or not, all players
Right.
have to compete, don't they? But it's
Yes.
not the same in the brackets, in the eliminations like this.
Yeah.
Straight knockout.
Yeah. In knockout, I mean, there's no room for mistakes. In pool play, you know, everyone fights because we're playing for points in case there's a tie, you know, so everyone's got to show up, everyone's got to be ready. In this one, that momentum of the first bout affects the second bout, which affects the third bout. So it's really important to start off strong.
and deciding who should be your first player.
Yes.
That's a challenge. That's really difficult, isn't it, for the coaches?
And if you notice, like Italy, they put their veterans up front because they thought that, you know, putting that experience would help set the tone. I mean, you know, didn't pan out, but I can see the strategy and why they would want to put those veterans up to lead them off.
Absolutely. You want to set the stall out, get the best opportunity you can. But at the end of the day, everybody's responsible. Everybody's got to play their part. You talked about the importance of teamwork. Everybody shares the success. Everybody has to share the failures at time or the perceived failure. Because that's a toughie, isn't it? It is a toughie. You lose the match. You may feel that you've failed, but you're still a winner. You've still taken a really important medal, whether it's a bronze or a gold or a silver, you know, or even to have got on to earned your place to be here at the World Cup.
Just to get here, just to be one of the 20 countries invited to participate. I mean, that was something in and of itself. And then once you got here, I mean, just, you know, Italy France and Spain in the same pool, Egypt and US in the same pool. I mean, it was just a fighting, you know, just to get out of that pool play into the knockout rounds. It was really tough.
Yeah, incredibly so. And for those teams that didn't make it, didn't get here, how do, if you're not, but if you were the president of a federation or a coach of a team who didn't make it to the World Cup,
right?
What would you say to them to get onto that journey and to become one of the teams that succeed?
Well, first of all, I'd say it's mindset. Anyone can be here. Anyone. You do not have to be from one of the traditionally strong countries. Anyone can be here. And so first of all, get your head right. Make sure that you believe that you can do it. Second of all, do your homework. So if you believe you can do it, then you got to do your homework. You got to study. Not only your own techniques, but the techniques of your opponents, the strategies of your opponents. Come up with a game plan and work towards that goal. I mean, it's nothing but hard work.
Yeah, there's no easy route, is there?
No easy route.
No easy route, and no excuses if you can't make it.
Right.
Because you have the skill, you have the support, you have the confidence. You'll be here.
Yes.
Along with everybody else.
That's it.
Taking home a World Cup silver medal or a World Cup gold medal, we don't know. We're going to have the medal awards coming up in just a few moments, but maybe it's just a chance to talk to you, Alicia, about some of the projects that you're operating in the United States.
Sure.
You run a series of DVDs and, you know.
Yes, that was a long time ago when DVDs were cool, right?
Yeah, but now it's all about
streaming
and podcasts and all sorts of things like this. So what sort of projects have you got that you're now working on that are exciting for you?
Well, you know, we're just trying to bring back value to USA Karate, making people in the States excited about being part of USA Karate. That's the first thing. You know, we've always have the passion. There are just endless supply of people who love karate, will train for life, will practice for life. Do they want to be part of Team USA? Do they want to be part of USA Karate? That's what we want to bring back. We want to bring back that sense of collaboration and teamwork, because, you know, when USA works together, we're quite unstoppable, you know. But so that's really what we're working on right now. And as you were mentioning earlier about the next generation, we're really starting to invest in that new generation. So we have a trip to Japan, for example, that our youth development coach, which was actually the coach of the female team, Coach Shinen, she's taking the team to Japan next spring as a development learning experience for them. So, you know, we're just trying to make sure that we're bringing value to all members of our federation, from our most elite athletes down to, like, you know, the kids who are just starting out.
Sounds brilliant. And in terms of funding, how does that kind of work for you? Do you get government support for the federation, or is it just down to dojo fees who pay into the national federation?
You know, gotta love capitalism, right? No, but no, we are not funded by our government. We are somewhat funded by our Olympic Committee, but the U.S. Olympic Committee funds a lot of different sports. So the slice of the pie that we get is not enough to make this happen. So we have to do it for our team. So we do it through running events. and through building our membership. That's really what it is.
Right.
We have a U.S. Open every Easter weekend that's really well known and draws a lot of athletes from around the world in Las Vegas, and that is a big revenue generator for us, so we can fund our teams.
Do you get favourable rates for big hotels and things of that nature? When you take it.
Yes.
People travel from all over the world to go to the Opens, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah. So just making sure that you can create a enjoyable experience that's affordable for people who want to come to your event. That's what we're working on, and also just making the economics work so that we can put on an event in a city like Las Vegas where everything's very expensive. But we're doing our best to make it work so that we're at the same time building our athletes and putting on a great show.
Fantastic. We're going to have the medal award ceremony happening in just a moment as the athletes are going to make their way to the podium.
Our second medal ceremony at this Karate World Cup. So please welcome the medalists of the female Kumite category. Female Kumite category. So please, all the medalists proceed onto our main podium. All these medals will be presented by Ms. Elma San, Minister of Inclusive Social Security and Migration of Spain, accompanied by Mr. Antonio Moreno, President of the Spanish Karate Federation, and Mr. Antonio Espinoz, President of the World Karate Federation. So, here we go. Bronze medal at this category, Team Spain!
You see one of the players on there with obviously got an injury.
It was heartbreaking to watch. I mean,
when you're trying to push to the limits, isn't it? Your body sometimes has to give.
Unfortunately, this is part of sport. In all sports, things like this happen. But hopefully, she will recover quickly and come back to the team even stronger.
But she's wearing her medal with pride.
Yes.
She's well deserved to do so. Garcia, world silver medalist, former world champion, taking hers. Karate World Cup bronze medal winners, female team Kumite.
Right, we didn't see Maria Torres fight in this bronze medal match because she didn't have to. She is the world champion from Spain.
Absolutely, yes.
Navarra, congratulations. And very well done. And right now, silver medal, Team USA, United States of America.
Team USA. I bet you can't wait to get hold of those medals and hug those players. And congratulate them on their job.
Great.
Well done and tremendous effort. Good catch.
Our athletes are from Colorado, Texas, Nevada, and Illinois.
And the United States is huge, 50 states all over.
Right.
They're thousands of miles away from each other sometimes.
Yes.
How do you bring them together? How do you make that happen?
Yeah, great question. So we've come up with a system of regions. So we've broken our country up into 6 different regions. And, we try to create this system of unity and development within the regions. So, for example, where I live in Chicago, we're part of Region 4. And Region 4 in neighboring states will get together for training camps, for referee development. And then there's national camps as well. But, like you said, it's hard for people living
Yeah.
thousands of miles away to get together. So we do it regionally, and it's been working out really well.
It certainly has. Proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Gold medal here at the 2024 Karate World Cup, Team Japan.
Team Japan. Karate World Cup
Team Japan.
gold medal winners.
Kama Tsubasa, Kodo
Fans
Rina,
there cheering them on.
Kana, Shimada Sharara, and Sugita Sumire.
This is the finals day, the medals, bouts and matches, but it's been 3 days of intense competition, hasn't it?
Absolutely. There's been so many exciting movements. I mean, if we could just do a highlight reel, it would go on for hours. It was amazing to
Yes,
watch.
Yes.
I've had so much fun.
And the organisation of the Spanish Karate Federation has been exceptional, hasn't it?
Exceptional. I mean, anytime there's a tournament in Spain, they just put on a show. You know, we love coming to Spain.
Mr. Antonio Espinosa will present.
President Antonio Moreno there, who is the president of the Spanish Federation, as well as Mr. Antonio Espinosa, president of WKF.
To Team Japan.
Presenting the World Cup so that the captain can go back to her team
So,
and
ladies
hoist that
and
cup
gentlemen,
high.
this is the new
There it is,
champion
drum
of the
roll.
world,
Celebrate, girls! Celebrate! Yes!
Japan!
Wonderful.
The medals are falling
Medals.
off. No problem. They have the cup, though.
Cup's the important one.
Right.
World Cup champions, female
Congratulations, very
team
well done.
Kumite.
And of course, now, ladies and gentlemen, please, to honor the winner, it's time for the national anthem of Japan. Congratulations once again. Now let's have a family picture all together.
Standing on top of that podium. Well, inviting your competitors up onto the top.
This is one of
It's
the
a
best
wonderful
memories.
moment.
I love this. I love when the group gets together for the podium shot, where they can all just be happy for one another. They all deserve it. All of these ladies. They're incredible athletes.
Your medalist in the female team Karate World Cup.
Such a lovely picture all together.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much and congratulations. So the last reminder, bronze medalist.
So you've had an incredibly busy year
Silver medal team US.
preparing for this.
Yeah, we've been all across the globe this year. I mean, down in Uruguay for the Pan American Championships. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, but we love it. And we're just going to jump right into 2025 and do the same thing over again.
Exactly. And the individuals World Championships is next year. And
Right.
that's a different set of preparation. Will some of the athletes who have been performing here no doubt will be focusing their attention on getting selected to be able to get part of that operation?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope that this experience can, you know, give them the confidence to push through as individuals. If you look at that podium, though, I think Maria might have been the only world champion up there in individual.
Yes.
That's just amazing that the teams can go that far, work together. But individual is a different story, like you said. And hopefully we'll see some of these talented athletes next year in the individual world championships in Cairo.
And you made mention about a new generation, didn't you, Lisa? Because we're seeing some of the top athletes are now stepping away from the tatami, some becoming coaches, very rarely and exceptionally becoming presidents of national federations, as you are. But there is indeed a new change.
Yes.
And there are a lot of young players coming in.
This sport is built for, you know, to help or to, you know, give the youth that advantage, because, you know, the more spectacular and difficult techniques are being, you know, scored on nowadays, and it does require a lot of athletic ability, and you're seeing that in your kids that, I shouldn't call them kids, they're adults, but they're, you know, 20 to 24 years old. Those are the best in the world, are very young.
Having said that, Damian Quintero, who's retired from competition here in Spain, this is the last time we've seen him, he's now 40 years old. Sandra Sanchez.
Welcome to the club.
Sandra Sanchez, the most amazing athlete in Kata, is now won an Olympic gold medal, twice world champion, 6 or 7 times European champion in her late 30s.
Right. Yeah, I do think the average age of the Kata players is a little bit higher, but to your point, I think that, you know, age isn't anything but is only a number, you know, and if you can take care of your body and you can, you know, train well and preserve, you know, your athleticism, and then your experience grows.
Absolutely. And we've come to the end of the session, and bear those wise words in mind from Elisa. Take care of your body.
Yes.
Take care of yourselves, and come back for the next session of the Karate World Cup.